Thanks a lot, Stan. And we're going to continue that discussion of culture. And I'd kind of like to go back a little bit and talk about what we were discussing before. The fact that, when we talk about culture and bringing different cultures within our communities, it's about the whole. It's about the family, it's about the community, that kind of thing. Eric, would you like to speak about that?
Sure.
Why that's so important?
I think what I'd like to say first is that we need to look at diversity as a strength and as a positive thing. Sometimes when we talk about diversity, we talk about the challenges or problems that we face, but I look at it as a very positive thing, especially in the classroom. Studies have shown that a more diverse student body in the classroom, it enhances the intellectual development of all students. So it's not just helping minority students, it helps everybody in the classroom because you bring different perspectives, and it kind of makes sense. The more perspectives you have, the more rich dialogue and learning experience that you can have, and it may not change your mind on some issues, but you'll at least be more informed to make a decision because you have more information and more perspectives. And
it's not only important, as Eric said, for kids to see that in the classroom. It's important for kids to see it even if the classroom is not diverse, because these kids are going out into a very diverse world. Yeah. Their workforce is not going to be like their parents' workforce, and so they have got to have some kind of awareness so that when they step out of the doors of Seymour High School onto the campus of IU, or onto the campus of the University of España or something, they're ready. They're not scared.
Right. And I also think it's extra important because in our current economy, people are losing jobs. Companies want to hire people who are multiculturally competent, who can work with a diverse workforce and who are comfortable working with those who are different from them, and who diverse people are also comfortable with them. So we really need to raise our students and our children to be comfortable with each other and really to embrace diversity, because it will have economic benefits when you're applying for jobs in the future.
When you're talking about becoming more educated, sometimes it's better to experience different things. We were talking about the Lotus Festival. Sometimes It's better to experience things than being taught it in a classroom. Would you agree with that, Lillian?
Yeah, one of the things that has happened from the time that I first started working La Casa, and then 15 or so years later, I would get invited to schools to talk about Mexico or what have you, and often they had never seen somebody from Mexico. Now when I go into the schools, it's really interesting because it's no longer this foreign subject. Now they relate it to maybe somebody who's in the classroom with them. It has more meaning to them because, again, they have a real life person, not only me who's coming in for a one-time speech or presentation or activity, but then they now can also relate it to someone who they're spending time with in the classroom. So I think it's much more meaningful in that way.
And how do you work with the families, Taryn?
Oh, we make so many mistakes. It's really important to build a relationship and to acknowledge and value and honor and respect the families. And you do your homework and you read up and you try to find what the general mores and values are. But even if you understand the whole culture, that's a big paintbrush. Within the culture, there are other cultures. Not every Hispanic, there's Peruvian or this and that, and you have to just kind of jump in the water and with the grace of God and everybody else, and call upon all your angels to keep you floating, because we've done things like I've had teachers translate a book on reading a book to children and teaching them English through this little book on the tooth fairy. They don't have the tooth fairy in that country. Right. Kids had no clue what we were talking about. We're talking about the tooth fairy and putting your pillow. I thought, oh well, I got to change that lesson.
So we're all learning together.
Yeah. And you never stop learning. Like Lily and I are looked at as cultural experts on campus, but we learn things every day, and we learn from each other and from our students all the time. And so you never stop learning. The thing is that you don't disengage because you make a mistake. You have to stay in there. You have to learn and incorporate the new knowledge and keep moving forward.
And if you can circle that back to your first question on what President Obama has done for us, it's that message of hope. It's that, yes, I can. Yes, we can. We are empowered. He has empowered us to look at the situation in a positive light. He's empowered us to reach out to each other. When I saw the inauguration and everybody on the mall there, I cried. In fact, I'm going there for 4th of July because I think all those people are going to be there again 4th of July. I want to be part of that.
Well, that's great. That's a great moment to end on right there. Thank you so much. And that's all the time we have tonight, unfortunately. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of INFocus. And of course, our panel experts. Stan, thanks for your help tonight as well.
Thank you, Ann. From the diverse group of us here in the studio, I say live long and prosper.
Thank you, Stan. Don't forget to post your question for next month at INFocus at indiana.edu, or if you would like to participate in a blog, leave a comment, or see portions of this show, please visit our newly launched website, indianapublicmedia.org/infocus. Next month, our topic is healthcare. The new healthcare reform bill from Congress is in transition. Find out how Indiana ranks, plus what are some of the top challenges for Hoosiers when it comes to healthcare on the next INFocus. Have a great night.
Production support for INFocus is provided by viewers like you. Thank you.